The Big Show with Night and Day. Get a hell of a caffeine fix from your local Night and Day from just $4.50.
Welcome to the biggest show on earth.
Our biggest show.
The biggest.
This is big.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
G'day, you mad bastard. It's the 3rd of July, 2024, and you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. Yeah. It's me, Hoodie J, over there. We've got Mogi and Keyzie.
It's so good to be back, fellas.
Good to see you, mad dog, you sick son of a bee. Always a joy to see you and that massive pimple on your face, mate.
I'll tell you what, Mogi, one thing I hate, it's socialising with human beings and new technology.
It's so good to be back here with Jase.
Well, Jase isn't here today.
Oh.
I think we've fooled them for long enough and sucked in out there. Can I just say that? Oh, Matt Heath is joining us, replacing Jason Hoyt moving forward, which will be a surprise to all our listeners as well as probably Jerry on the Matt and Jerry show. So you're with us full time now, man.
Yep, I'm here full time. It's going to be a foursome with Mogi, Keyzie, Heathy, Pugsan, and Hoodie J.
So it's a five-way.
I'd like to hear on 3483 or the talkback function on the iHeartRadio app if anyone thought there was Jason Hoyt.
It's pretty close.
You think it was good?
Yeah, it was pretty close. Can we just talk about maybe, Keyzie, why Hoodie J's not here?
Hoodie J has sore tummy poo bum.
Oh.
Yeah.
So-
Sauce tum tum poo poo bum bum.
So he was up
bum-bum.
all night, apparently, and he texted us this morning and said, "Look, fellas, I'm not up to it. Hopefully be back tomorrow."
Yeah.
So
Mate, didn't Mogi here take some laxatives and go right through the show and then go off and get a colonoscopy?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
poo-poo bum-bum's not a great excuse, is
Yeah,
it?
No, it's
yucky
not.
yucky tum tum pooey pooey bum bum. It's not great, but at least we've got a new nickname out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is good. And
Okay, you mad bastard.
I also like the way that Hodaki's just going all in on the drive show now. It's just going to be Jerry solo on breakfast,
Yeah.
and 4 people and a producer on drive, which I think is
That's
just a
gonna
great
be good.
idea.
Well, Messi will come over to the
Yeah,
show,
that's
won't
right.
he?
Yeah,
should
we'll
have
have a
more
6-way.
All right.
That sounds
then. Okay, then. You all right?
Yep.
Everyone okay?
Oh, someone's just texted in 3483. Daddy Coos? Question mark.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Accurate. Accurate.
Here's Blink-182, all the small things. You mad bastard.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Yes, indeed. The Kings of Leon, you mad bastards. You're listening to The Big Show with Minogio. You got Keyzie there. I'm Hoodie J.
Really good.
So
Strong
good.
stuff. I think, so for the listeners at home, we've just done a bit of a rejig, haven't we, here at the station? And now Matt Heath, Daddy Coos, is joining us full time in the place of Jason Hoyt.
But just always impersonating
Always
Jason.
impersonating. Always impersonating.
Jason's moving to the breakfast show to impersonate me.
Look, it's an
Harder
interesting
to
play.
impersonate me than Jason.
Very
Harder
hard.
to impersonate. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
pretty tough.
It is. It's an interesting play. Will it?
Well,
Well, it's good that you're here, Heafy/Hoity, because I need some relationship advice. This is a regular thing that happens on our show. I reach out and Hoity J and Mogi and also the listeners on 3483, they give me guidance because
Okay.
I'm new to all this.
Yep.
And you're a relationships guy, so
Oh, you
yeah.
should be able to help with this because you've been married.
yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So it's a
So-
great perspective,
Yeah.
So
So I've had some experience in that realm. Currently not.
right?
But it doesn't. I mean, are you looking to be managed out of a relationship, or you want to stay there?
no. Well, here's
Oh,
what I'm
maybe
looking
don't
for.
ask me.
Here's what I'm looking for, right? So, I first of all, straight off the bat, let me just say, love my wife.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no, that's
Break
bad.
up.
Oh, that's terrible.
Best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, here we
God, I
go.
love her so much.
Okay.
God.
Oh no.
This is a bad one.
But
Oh.
there's this weird thing in our kitchen called a dishwasher.
You can't call it that anymore, man.
No, we've got.
Back in the day, you could say that,
Mike.
Keyzie, but we've been telling you, man, you can't say that sort of stuff anywhere.
Okay.
You know, now she's got a name, and you have to refer to her as that.
Sorry. Can I say, there is an appliance in my kitchen.
You're calling her an appliance? No, she's a human being, Keyzie.
Guys, There is an electrical appliance in my kitchen tucked under the bench there
Oh.
with a big flap that you pull down and you put dishes inside it.
Keyzie.
Guys.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, it's a real bone of contention in my house because
Yes.
while I love my wife and she's fantastic, the best thing that ever happened to me, after she's used a bowl or a mug or something, she just puts it on top of the bench with the dishwasher right underneath and never puts them in. So I will go in behind her and do all of that. Is there any way I can bring it up to make her start doing this? Because at the same time, she always says, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you do that annoys me, but I don't say anything.
Right.
How do you tackle that? Or do I give up and accept that for the rest of my life, I will have to put her dishes away?
Well, I guess there's multiple ways you could go in hot, going, you filthy pig, disgusting,
Right.
you should be ashamed of yourself. That's one way you go in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try
That's
that
one way.
tonight.
Try that tonight.
Okay, is that what you... Okay.
Or you could go in passive-aggressive, Keyzie.
Is those the only two ways?
You could go over and go, shall I just get your dish here?
Okay.
And shall I put it in the dishwasher, shall I? Is that what you want me to do it? Okay, I'll just do it.
That's a good Matt Heath perspective. Okay, I'm starting
Yeah.
to figure a lot of things out about you.
Yeah, and those are pretty much the only two options. So you can either be aggressive or passive aggressive.
Okay.
And that's it. One of the other things you could do is, because what she said to you there is, there's plenty of things that annoy me about you that I don't mention,
Yeah.
but there would be plenty of things about her that annoy you that you don't mention. But this
Yeah.
doesn't fall into that category because you've mentioned it.
Right.
This annoys you so much that it's now no longer in the I'm not going to mention it because it's not worth mentioning it, and now it's moved into the it annoys me so much.
So it's
I'm going to
actually-
mention it.
It's
Yeah,
been
it's different.
upgraded.
It's worse. It's upgraded to I'm going to mention it.
Okay.
So
Could it be a trade-off? Do I say, all right, one thing right now that annoys you that I do, tell me and I'll address that.
Yeah.
In return, you'll address this. Is that a deal you can strike?
yeah, I think you've got to go for something here. There will be a bit of horse trading involved as well, and probably what will happen is you'll probably have to trade 6 or 7 things that annoy her about you for the one thing.
Right, okay.
So what do we got? What do you reckon is going to be on that list?
Doing the big show.
That is pretty annoying.
That's
Yeah.
massively annoying.
Hugely annoying.
Sort of annoying time of the day.
Actually, I don't rinse my dishes before I put them in because I watched an ad saying you don't need to if you buy these special tablets.
Oh,
I found
mate,
that to be untrue.
that is so untrue.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Mate, you want to be you get in. You have to get in there with your fingers after a while. And have you ever actually tried to clean a dishwasher when the bloody pipes get bloody blocked?
No.
a nightmare,
he
mate.
said, I was talking to Keyzie about that
Yeah.
as well, the last time we talked about dishwashers, and he said that he doesn't do that because it's woman's work.
Oh yeah,
And I was just like, that's not on, man.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
that's sexy. I'm a sexist.
It is sexy and sexist.
It's hot.
You're the sexy sexist.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So I'm probably gonna go for the aggressive approach.
Any of that help? Any of that help?
It helped a lot, Matt. Thank you.
Okay, you backboners. There's a bit of RAM for you on the big show.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Yes, indeedy. That's Jet at 4 on the big show with Mogi, Keyzie, and the Coos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good. Woody J's got pooey bum, sore tummy.
Yeah, he's got a yucky tum tum pooey pooey bum bum.
That's right.
So he's going to have to take some time off. But we're just testing this out, shaking things up. We always wanted to do a crossover with breakfast, and we thought we'd do that by sort of mix and matching all the on-air talent, if I can call it that.
You can call me that.
Yeah, and so we're giving it a run today.
So it's
and text us through on 3483 and just tell us yes or no. Is it working for you having old the Coos here in Hoodie Jase?
Having a front bone on the backbone.
Yeah,
you know,
boy.
the front boner with the backboners.
I like it. I love it. Actually,
You've got to try new combos. Like, it's worked well for the Warriors, you know.
Yeah.
If you've got an injury situation right now with
Next
Woody
man
J,
up.
next man up, you know.
and we've got
Or woman.
Or woman.
Yeah, good save, Mogi. Nice work. Tomorrow morning, it is Hoodie J and Jerry on the breakfast show. So text through 3483. Let us know how that goes as well.
Poo
Mogi,
bum breakfast.
we're doing relationship chats here while Big Daddy Heafy's in the studio.
Yeah.
I believe you've got a bit of an issue.
Well, it wasn't an issue so much. I went out for, I think it was probably something at a cafe. You do that with your family, don't you? Every now and again, you go out to a cafe and spend a couple of hundy. And
Bloody stop off at the bank and get a mortgage.
Am I
before you
right?
go in there. These days.
and then we were walking back, and my daughter, who's 5, she likes to have running races, and she actually cheats. She always says, "I don't want to race," and then she starts running, and then says, "Go."
Oh.
You know? But I like that. It's a competitive streak. Anyway, so she decided it was time to race my wife as opposed to me because I always destroy her by about 3 lampposts.
Oh, yeah.
And
You're so cool,
so
man.
my wife
That's
took...
impressive.
She's got to learn, man. And so my wife took off, and then within a couple of yards, she had stood on what is a long skirt on the front of it, took a couple of big ungainly steps, and then just fell, well, not flat on her face, but certainly it wasn't a graceful descent onto the concrete pavement there.
That's such a funny story.
Yeah, keep telling the story.
And she, so she broke her leg.
Oh, really?
Did she actually?
Yeah, she broke her leg. Well, no, it was sort of just above the ankle there, and she sort of burst into tears. And
Still-
what's it called when the bone's sticking out?
That's
Compound?
Compound fracture.
Compound fracture. Yeah. So then my daughter saw that, and she was just puking.
Is it still funny?
So did you want advice around this, or were you just sort of...
I was
is
just
this?
wondering what I should buy her because she's in hospital, so I just wanted to get her a nice gift from you guys. But
Get her some, I don't know, like a bandage. Get her a Band-Aid.
I think they'll probably have those at the hospital,
okay.
Matt.
Yeah.
Maybe, what about like a sewing kit so that she can shorten up her skirts so that she doesn't trip on them again and break her
no,
leg?
it's pretty badly ripped. I had to use that as a tourniquet.
Oh, like where you and then tightens it up.
Yeah.
How much blood did she lose?
It's hard to tell, but yeah, I had to get the hose out anyway. But it's all good. I didn't think it was that funny, but all good.
How long's she in the hospital for?
Huh?
How long's she in hospital for?
Well, they haven't really said because you could end up getting septicemia.
Now it's getting funnier again.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Split ends there. Wow, She-Hard doing split ends. I got you. It is the Hodaki Big Show with Keyzie and Mogi. Unfortunately, management has come down and said the Matt Heath, Mogi and Keyzie experiment didn't quite work. A flood of encouraging texts on 3483.
I think they're just scared that we're going to take down News Talk ZB.
That was the vibe I was getting.
Yeah, for sure.
And unfortunately, once Hoodie Jay's back from his sore tummy, Pooey pants situation, which will probably be tomorrow, he will be rejoining us.
And just moving forward, can we refer to it by its proper name?
Right.
Which is Yucky Yucky Tum Tum Pooey Pooey Bum Bum.
Yucky, yucky, tum, tum, poo, poo, bum, bum.
Yeah.
All right. God, it sounds terrible. Mike, just before that ad break there, sorry, Mogi.
God, that was weird.
Yeah, no, it was weird. You were telling a story about how your wife tried to race your daughter. She went to take off.
Yes.
And this is your wife, stood on her own skirt and sort of toppled over and then broke her leg, went to hospital, and then got septicemia.
Yeah.
You then were wondering on 3483 what people could, like, ideas of what gifts you could get her to make her
What
feel
could I
better.
get her, yeah.
These are probably the two best ones. The first one on 3483, lingerie.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. I personally was like, I don't know about that. But yeah, that's a good idea. And then someone else is saying maybe a second place ribbon because obviously your daughter won the race, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but then my daughter would want a first place ribbon.
Yeah.
But
okay.
that's right, I could do that.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
And to be fair, I don't think it's fair to give her a second place ribbon. I think probably a DNF.
yeah, true, because she didn't cross the finish line,
She
did she?
didn't finish,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, true. And you want to...
Well, she's got to earn a second place. That's podium.
That's right, yeah. You don't want to start teaching your daughter that you cannot finish. You know what I
Exactly,
mean? Yeah,
exactly.
So that's good stuff. Keep those texts coming in on 3483. In the meantime...
All right, Play Kings.
Radio Hodaki's Beer and Pie July.
That's right, it is officially the third day of July, and thanks to our mates at Dad's Pies, we ever got a chance for you to win $5,000. Just text the word pie to 3483, follow the link, fill out the form there, and help us choose a future Hodaki pie. This is a pie that will genuinely be put into production thanks to our mates at Dad's Pies. And once again, you could win $5,000. A lot of suggestions have come through.
Keyzie, there's so many suggestions.
Are there?
And I just want to say a huge well done to all the backbones out there because there are some rippers here. I've just looked at the list and two have immediately taken my eye.
Okay.
Here we go. A New York hot dog.
Yeah.
Frankfurters, onion, tomato, and mustard.
That sounds delicious. And it's like enough of a... I haven't seen that being done anywhere else.
That's right. And it may not work.
Yeah.
But it's worth a shot.
I've seen cheeseburger pies and things like that.
Yes.
That's another good one, yeah.
What else you got? You got anything there?
Jamaican curried goat.
That's a no from me.
That's a no from you.
Oh, it might be nice though. But I don't know why there's a Jamaican involved.
Because I think Jamaican need a lot of curry.
Because you're making it. Okay, yeah. No, I get that.
Okay.
You're making it.
Because of the pun, you're keen to lock it in?
It's good for the pun.
Okay, sweet.
And then I've got another one here, which I've just momentarily lost. It is, here we go, shredded venison marinated in stout with stout gravy.
So it's a deer and Guinness, essentially.
A stout with the gravy there. That, to me, I would eat that. If I saw that,
you'd eat that.
I saw that in the pie warmer, I would immediately buy that pie.
Right, okay.
Immediately.
Well, I'll give it this for you, but for me,
really,
I don't like venison.
You don't like venison?
Nah. Well, I'm trying to wean myself onto it a wee bit.
Why?
Because you see all these yummy things with venison in it, and I'm always like, nah, I don't like venison. Don't like duck either.
Yeah.
So,
I like duck as well.
Keep the suggestions coming through, by the way. Text Pie to 3483. Do it legit there, and you could win $5,000 thanks to our mates at Dad's Pies.
There's one here you'd love, man.
What's that, Mogi?
Pork mince and backbone broth.
Now we're talking.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Guns N' Roses, you could be mine on the Hodaki Big Show. Roses.
Thank you.
Got Keyzie and Mogi here. Hoodie J will be back tomorrow. He's got sicky tum tum, yucky bum bum.
Yeah. It's going around.
It is going around, actually. Horrible. He's been up all night with it, so not good.
I was talking to my doctor because I was there because I think I might have cancer, and he said, I am getting checked up, but I'm sure it's fine. But he said there's a lot of sicky tum tum, yucky tum tum, sicky bum bum going around, or the other way around.
Was he wearing a Warriors jersey?
He was, yeah, man. It was a cool one.
Time to chat footy with me, Keyzie. What are the Warriors up to?
Yeah! This is good stuff.
Do we do that?
We have done it before.
Okay.
Yeah, you have.
So this is Warriors segment. Usually I take everyone through what the Warriors are up to. However, Mogi, you've come through with a piece of hot news.
Yeah, I have. There's been in the New South Wales Cup,
which is the grade below the NRL.
That's right. There was a game over the weekend with Canberra playing against the Warriors. And one of the players there, Corey Horsburgh, who's been having a bit of a rough year, to be fair.
He has, but when he's in form, he is a State of Origin
Formerly
level prop.
State of Origin prop.
That's right.
But he's having a rough one. And I don't want to put any of the blame on the fact that he's a ginger. So I won't stand for it, all right? So if you want to go down that path, I'm just putting a roadblock there right now. But it was a hell of a game. Canberra were on the attack, and you just sort of saw in shot that Corey Horsburgh headbutted Jacob Laban. Just straight up headbutted him.
Right.
And Laban reacted just by laughing, which is allowed under the laws of the game.
A great way to react.
And then Corey Horsburgh gave him the old left, right, the old 1-2.
Yeah.
He gave him a classic 1-2, a jab and then a straight right, and then followed up with a left uppercut, which sort of glanced him a little bit. He was on the button with those first two. Absolutely amazing. Laban laughed again, which was an amazing piece of self-control and must have been deeply, deeply terrifying for Horsburgh, who was just throwing his best shots. So it's gone now to the judiciary.
Just after that happened, Laban was sent off, so not 10 minutes in the bin. He was sent off red card styles. Tom Arlea, who was involved with a bit of a kick situation, apparently, he was sent off as well.
Yeah, he was sent.
So it's two Warriors in the NSW Cup side, and then Horsburgh was sent off too. But we got two people binned.
We got two people, and they've realised at the judiciary that Laban did nothing wrong other than get headbutted and get punched in the face, and they realised it probably wasn't fair to send him off.
Exactly.
Because he obviously hurt Horsburgh's fists. But they've handed down their punishment to Corey Horsburgh overnight. How much do you think, if you headbutt somebody, given how strict we are on dangerous tackles and all these sorts of things, if you headbutt somebody in the head, like not the chest, not as a dance, head on head, what do you think the ban would be for that, for somebody who has clearly lost their rag?
Okay, I would say for a headbutt situation, it'd be 4 weeks.
4 weeks, okay. He got 1 week.
1 week.
1 week for that.
Okay.
Okay?
And then the 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, and what about punching somebody in the face? I'll say twice. I'll let him off the third punch.
Okay, once again, 4 weeks at least.
2 weeks for that.
So he gets 4 weeks in total.
He gets 3 weeks in total.
Sorry.
You got one for the headbutt. I know it starts to...
Yeah.
You know, mine gets a bit foggy when you're adding up two numbers that high.
Yeah.
But
Thanks,
yeah,
Mogi.
it's 3 weeks.
3 weeks
for headbutting someone and then punching them in the face.
Bollocks.
It's not great deterrent, is it? Really?
No. It's
If I can just in a game go and just lay somebody out with a headbutt and I'm going to get 1 week off,
yeah.
then I'm headbutting.
Every game I'm headbutting.
If you can give somebody the old 1-2 and take somebody out,
Yeah.
2 weeks, it's worth it. Don't you think? You think about the way that we operate our reserves bench. We often have a Freddie Lussick sitting there, doesn't even come on. I'll send him on for a headbutt and a old 1-2, and then he can take 2 weeks off.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Or what you do is if someone's got like an ankle injury, you know they're going to be off for a while, send them back on, limp on, and headbutt their halfback.
When you compare this to Terry Hill in the 80s, played for Manly, you remember him, was given a lifetime ban for headbutting.
Wow.
In a game of touch rugby. This is straight up. Give it a Google. In a game of touch rugby, banned for life, although he did headbutt the ref.
Oh.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you mad bastards. It's the 3rd of July, 2024, and you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. Oh, you mad bastards. Backbone.
So good.
Backbone.
Damn it, I did a bit of Hoodie J when we were practicing coming out of that.
We did a lot of practice for that, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure, man. It's not easy being Hoodie J. You think anybody could do it.
Because is it more like, how is Hoodie J? Is he in this? Is this Hoodie J?
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's not
You
quite.
do not a bad one, Keyzie.
Give it a go, Keyzie.
G'day, you mad bastards.
G'day, you mad bastards. That's it, isn't there, isn't it?
Yeah, you're a
G'day, you
bit
mad
nasal.
bastards.
Yeah.
G'day, you mad bastards. Yes, indeedy.
You're on
Great to be. It's just the timber.
It is the timbre.
Is it timber? Is it not timber?
I think it's timber.
Oh, it's timber.
I think
correct is timber.
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 He's got a
You're,
beautiful timber to his voice.
you're on the big show with Keyzie, Mogi, and also Heafy. And this is pretty much how it's going to be moving forward.
Yeah. Well, we started the hour last night, didn't we? The last hour with you, Matt. We did a few breaks. The executives came down. They said it's not working. Get out of here.
They kicked me out and then they went home.
But the text machine has been lighting up on 3483. Just so much support for your presence here, and so the executives have bowed to that pressure as they do. And
Well,
you're back.
Why can't a front boner from the breakfast show be on the backbone?
Yeah, it's a
show.
good question.
You know what I mean?
It's a great point, and it's the collab that everyone's been screaming out for, to be
It
honest. Look,
Yeah.
we're going to get into some heavy stuff this hour with Matt Heath, who probably will disappear randomly at some stage, then come back again, then do an impression of Hoity J.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed with my impression of Hoity J to start the hour. It's going to live rent free in my head for. It was my big chance, and I blew it. I blew it.
You got offside with the back bonus. Here's a bit of Tool.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yes, indeedy. It is 5:15 on the Backbone Big Show with Mogi and Keyzie and Hoity J.
Smooth as, man. That sounded good. Sounded good.
Hey,
Couple of work-ons for you, Keyzie, and me. I think we've got a couple of things we can work on. But
Right.
Hoity
it
J
just
will-
becomes a chemistry thing, doesn't it? And sort of working out how we fit in with each other.
Hoity J will be spinning in his grave if he could hear this.
Spinning in his grave.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not here though, is he? Because he's got yucky, yucky, tum tum, pooey, pooey, bum bum.
Gross.
He does, actually. And so in the meantime, we're just trialling Matt Heath. We thought he was going to come in and just be Matt Heath, but
Yeah.
you're trying to be Hoity J instead.
Oh,
That's what
I
we
just
thought.
assumed when you said, could you stand in for Jason Hoyt? I feel so stupid now.
Oh, no, that's fine.
So no, we got you in here on your own merits. We thought we'd try that,
God.
which is
Stupid.
slightly above your impersonation of Hoity J.
Terrible impersonation.
Did you
of Hoity
think
J.
we got you in here because of your well-known impression of Hoity J?
I thought you thought no one would notice.
Yeah,
And then because you're such a well-respected broadcaster, I didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah.
But I've just had a guts full now, so I
Yeah.
thought I just mentioned.
Well,
hey, fellas, I went to a huge
Very
industry event last night. I didn't see you there, Matt Heath. You're normally along at these sorts of things, but it was the premiere for a new TV show that's coming out on 3 now and TV3. It's called Madam.
Madam.
You know what a madam is? Oh, Hoodie J.
Heafy. Oh, well, you mad bastard. A madam is that someone married to a sir?
Oh, it can be. It can be. And
That's a lady.
That's a lady, yeah.
Yeah, in this particular thing, it's a TV show following the discovery of her husband's affair with a sex worker.
Ooh.
Can I say that?
Yes.
Mac Lee, played by Rachel Griffiths, a determined mother of two, finds inspiration to embark on a new entrepreneurial journey, opening her own ethical feminist brothel in small-town New Zealand.
A feminist brothel.
Based on a true story.
Wow.
Based on an American woman's autobiography.
Okay.
Which I believe remains unpublished.
Right.
But I went along last night and I'd been invited to be a guest on this television show. As you'll know, I'm an award-winning actor.
Oh, you won 2 awards at
Of
least.
some esteem.
2019 Actor of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
Some esteemed. You're an esteemed actor.
Actually, that was the same, and I hate to detour this chat, but
Yeah.
that was the same night that you won Best Children's TV Show and turned a victory into a loss.
Oh, that's right. I really, boy, oh boy, let's not go into...
That's when you started texting me about the quality or the endearing qualities of my wife.
Look, she's a beautiful lady.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Take it as a compliment. Take it. She was a beautiful lady. Actually, that's the one part of the night I stand by.
Oh, well, and that's what happened. And you started talking about it on the Matt and Jerry show, Breakfast with Matt and Jerry there. And whenever you Google my name, the first thing that comes up is Mike Minogue's wife.
Yeah, right.
As a result of the deluge of Google searches that happened as a result of that.
Many of them from me.
So
anyway, I've been invited to be on this TV show. I go along and shoot it, and I thought it was a more of a drama, but it's what I can say, what I'm prepared to reveal, is that I play one of the individuals. We call them, well, I don't. They call them Johns, which is somebody who frequents
As a John.
an establishment such as that. So I play somebody who goes along to the brothel.
a client.
A client. Thank you, Keyzie.
No worries, pal.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I
all
always
good.
turn to you for the terminology, brother. But anyway, I watched it last night, and I'm a little bit shocked and I'm a little bit concerned because I've already told my mother that I'm in this TV show, and the way that they've sort of cut it together doesn't put me or my character, but mainly me, in the best of lights. Can I put it that way?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So during the filming process, you were perfectly happy with what was going on, but it's the editing process afterwards.
You know what they say, and you'll know this, Matt.
Yeah, I do.
There's 3 versions
Whatever it
of a
is.
film. There's the film and the script. There's a film when you shoot it, and then there's a film that you cut together. And they're very, very different beasts. So
Right.
I've signed up based what's on the script.
Right.
I've turned up and I've shot it on the days, and I've thought, oh, this is absolutely fine. And then they have absolutely steamrolled me in the cut.
Right.
They have absolutely hammered me in the cut.
Yeah.
There is, I mean, look,
nudity?
it's tasteful.
Tasteful
Well,
nudity?
it felt tasteful at the time.
Well, you're running a rock. Was this pre or post rock and bod?
Oh, it's during. It
During
was
Rock and Bod.
pre the but it was also I was heavily sick at the time. You'll remember this, Keyzie.
You had laryngitis.
Yeah.
Question: this particular episode, I think it's episode 3 of the season.
This show comes out tomorrow night on TV3, and it's episode 3.
So just the first episode's released tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
We'll have to find out because I'm interested to see what actually happens.
Yeah.
You John Keyzie?
Sorry,
John
You're
Keyzie.
Are you a John Keyzie?
am I a John Keyzie?
Keyzie, are you a John?
No. Are you?
A John?
Heafy?
Have you ever been a John in your life?
A John?
You've been a Jase.
I've just been a Jase. Have I been a John?
I think so.
Who knows?
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
It's the Beastie Boys on the Big Show with Hoodie J, Mogi, and Keyzie.
You're doing a really good job, Heafy.
That's really good.
It is good. You've got Keyzie Mogi and Matt Heath here, who's trying out for the position of Hoity J because he's away. He's got a sore tummy. He's been up all night pooing his pants.
Yeah. We're going to be trialling a few different people. Matt, obviously, you're day one with Hoity J away suffering from yucky, tum, pooey, bum.
Yeah.
And so tomorrow, of course, we'll be getting in Jeremy Wells. The day after that, we're going to get Paddy Gower.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Henry's asked if he can be involved.
When will I find out if I've got the role as Hoity J on the big show?
Probably Monday next week, I reckon. We'll
Monday?
make the call. What day is it today?
Today's Wednesday. Yeah. I mean, why? Because you sound. Do you really want the gig? Do you? I thought things were going good on Brecky there.
Well, surely I could double end the day, couldn't I?
Two
Double
shows.
ender.
Double ender?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with a double ender.
I don't know.
No?
Like, you don't see Jeremy Wells, doing a breakfast show and then doing something in the evening. You know what I mean? I just feel like you'd use up all your content.
Is that the same person that's on the breakfast show? I was watching 7 Sharp the other day and I was asking myself generally, is that the same person I do the breakfast show with? Are we sure it's the same person?
No, that's Hillary Barry, Matt.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Shorter.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, it's been an honour and a privilege to try out for this, and I think we might as well just accept now that you guys are going to continue looking.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was what you want as a replacement of Hoity J, RIP.
I think if I had any advice, it would be next time be Matt Heath.
I would say,
Yeah.
man, that's the thing, man. When it comes to radio, and you probably won't know this,
Yeah.
but just be yourself.
Yeah, right.
You're
voice.
never going to get anywhere just being sort of a cheap imitation of somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, a great imitation. It was
Okay,
really good.
and I'll take that on board, but if direction could have been better, you said come in and replace
step in for Hoity J.
Step
Yeah.
in for Hoity J.
Yeah.
You didn't say,
Well,
come
look, I
on
mean,
as
if
a
you're just
guest.
going to start an argument, then
No, look, it didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the last thing you want to do is burn bridges. So
Oh, yeah,
I think we
yeah,
just,
So let's agree and just walk away.
let's do it.
And I love you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we love you too, man.
Just didn't
Yeah.
work out.
And we'll be in
Hey,
touch.
you can have you can take a Backbone T-shirt on the way out.
Oh, thank you.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. The Big Show's very first fishing trip. Let's check out who they've reeled in this time.
That's right. We're finally going fishing, the Big Show crew, and you could be joining us. All you have to do is listen out for us getting our rod out
Yeah.
and then call straight away on 0800 Hodaki. It's all thanks to our mates at Sight Smart. Help everyone stay safe at work with Sight Smart. Sign up for a free trial today. Let's go to the lines. Annabelle, you mad bastard. How's life, mate?
Life is good. How are you?
Really, really good, Annabelle. How's Pookie?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Bit cold today.
Oh,
Bit
yeah.
cold as night.
Yeah.
What do you do for a crust there, Annabelle?
I work at the steel mill.
Ah, backbone.
God.
Are you smeltering?
No, I'm in IT.
Oh, yeah,
backbone.
I work at the steel mill. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool, though. It still sounds bad.
steel mill. Yeah, I got soft hands.
So good. Annabelle, do you like fishing, mate?
I love fishing, yep.
If you could
My
be
husband and I are big fishers.
What's the biggest fishes you've caught?
Oh, it'd definitely just be a snapper. We haven't gone any further, but I have caught a crayfish off a fishing line before.
Oh,
You hooked a crayfish.
how good.
Yep.
That's crazy. All right.
Over.
Well, I'd be pretty keen for some cray on the boat. Annabelle, you're in the draw, mate.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
Jack, you mad bastard. How's life, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, going pretty good, man. Can't complain. What do you do for a crust?
I'm a builder.
Ah, backbone.
God.
That's like a steak and cheese backbone or a mince and cheese backbone, isn't
Being a
it?
builder, yeah.
If a backbone was a pie, you go builder.
Yeah,
Builder.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack,
Steak
from
and cheese.
steak and cheese.
Steak and
yeah,
cheese,
yeah. If you could be any fish, Jack, what fish would you be?
Oh,
I know, man.
A dead one, am I right? Yeah.
one caught by Mogi.
Yeah.
You
Nah,
lucky bastard, you.
sounds lame. Jack, you like fishing, man?
It's part of being in the trades, right?
Yeah, of course it is,
Bloody
man.
oath, mate. Just another day in the office. You're in the drawer as well, mate. Congrats.
Wicked, cheers.
Good on you, mate. What's the biggest fish you've caught, Keyzie?
I think I caught a shark by accident once.
By accident.
By accident, I reeled in a shark. I remember because I was quite young.
Yeah.
It was a little baby one, and
cute.
one of my dad's mates was like, "Oh, that's a little bulldog shark or something." I can't.
Sure.
And then he grabbed it off the line, snapped the shark in half with his bare hands in front of me, and threw it back in the water.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably not going to come on the old trip there.
Gee whiz.
Just because I'm scarred for life.
That's
and that.
hearty.
Yeah.
Doesn't like sharks.
Don't
Or
know.
doesn't like bulldogs.
I don't know. I think he didn't like me. That's what I was getting from that. Make sure you manage your health and safety using SiteSmart. Visit sitesmartapp.com and you could be joining us on the big fishing trip. Here's Van Halen.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
It is Aerosmith loving an elevator on the Hodaki Big Show. Keyzie and Minogue with you. Hoity J's got a sore tum-tum, was up half the night, so he's off today, hopefully back on deck tomorrow. Mogi, just on that, you were here yesterday before the show, right? About 3 o'clock. We had a wee meeting in the office there with the boss. I dragged a chair over and then I thought I bumped it against something metal sounding.
Sure.
But then Jase coiled over and was like, he recoiled, coiled over and was like, ah. And I was like, oh, goodness me, what was that? He's like, you hit my knee with the chair, Keyzie. And then I did that thing that I do, which is I laugh when I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I apologized while laughing and rubbed him on the back and said, I'm so sorry, Hoity J.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's why he's not on air today. Because yesterday of the whole show, he was going pretty hundies at old Keyzie, and I think it was because of that.
Yeah, you were out of line.
Yeah, well, it was an accident,
Yeah,
I thought.
yeah. But this is the thing about it, isn't it? It's an accident, and then you say you're sorry, but you're laughing.
That's because I'm uncomfortable and it's awkward.
But he doesn't know that. He just sees somebody apologising while they're laughing. Or
Right.
laughing while they're apologising. Both, actually.
Okay.
And so he's thinking to himself, this person's not sorry, and this person thinks it's funny. And in your defence, it was funny.
It was funny. Yeah. See, that was half the issue. Was it was quite funny, like him sort of hunched over, like in a lot of pain. That's inherently funny.
Yeah, it was. And I don't think you hit him particularly hard.
No, that was the weird thing. It felt very soft, so I didn't actually feel sorry because in my head I was like,
Yeah, right.
that wasn't even hard, man. You know.
Yeah.
And but the thing I know about Jase is, let's face it, like he's a top radio DJ, he's a star, and I know if you don't sort of kiss their ass a wee bit, that he'll do something like pull a sickie and say he's got yucky tum tum, sicky bum bum.
Yeah.
And I just worry that maybe he's waiting for me to apologise for that.
Yeah. I mean, and it is probably something you will have to apologise for. Because you did hurt him, albeit inadvertently, and albeit soft. I mean, his threshold for pain, I think, is probably quite low.
Yeah.
Even though he shuts up and gets on with it, 100%.
It just seems like if I done it to someone else, they wouldn't have cared at all. But, so maybe what if...
Well, that's the thing, but you were sort of kissing his ass by even apologising.
Yeah, you're right.
You should have done it again.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
What if, just because I need to nip this in the bud, what if I apologise right now? Because I know he listens.
Will you apologise or will you say sorry? Because they're two different things.
Which one's the best?
Sorry.
Okay. Hoity J, I know you're listening, brother. And I'd just like to apologise. Oh, sorry, I've apologised there. I've got to say sorry.
Say
Okay.
sorry.
Sorry, I'll start again. Hoity J, I know you're listening, brother. I know your leg hurts. I know your ego hurts even more. And I'd just like to say that I'm deeply sorry for lightly bumping your leg with that chair. It was actually a hollow chair, like it wouldn't have hurt that much.
Nah. It was one of those plastic chairs.
It was a plastic chair. I'm so sorry, mate. And if you could just come back to work tomorrow, that'd be great. Although, to be honest, today's been pretty good. We've had a lot of fun. Matt Heath was
really
in.
good.
And it's quite interesting. You don't know what you can do as a trio until you start introducing new people.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
right.
So that was quite cool.
It was a new menagerie, wasn't it? It was a three-way, a new freeway.
I actually loved it.
Yeah.
And so I'm quite excited to see what happens next time he's off.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway, Hoity J, look, I'm sorry, man. And I hope you get well soon. There we go.
That was really good.
Do you reckon that'll work?
I know he's not a big fan of the show.
Oh, so he doesn't even listen?
I don't think he would be listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he hates it.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Audio slave, I am the highway. It is the Hodaki Big Show, almost 6 o'clock. Keyzie and Mogi here, by the way. Hoity J back tomorrow. Coming up after 6, Mogi, what's on TV with Mike Minogue?
Yeah.
And also some sports chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we doing sports chat?
Yeah, All Blacks. All Blacks England.
Good stuff, yes.
We'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll also
yeah.
chat a wee bit.
That's actually some really good insight. I've been doing a bit of research around that, and I think it's nice for us to turn our attention and our expertise away from sort of the normal things, the cricket, the rugby league, and all these sorts of things, back towards rugby. All Blacks are back, baby.
Surely, briefly, we'll do that. And plenty more coming up after 6 as well, so stay tuned.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yes, it is the big show with Mogi, Keyzie, no Hoity J, back on deck tomorrow. He's got a sore tummy, been up half the night, crapping by the sounds of it, so that's cool. But the show is brought to you by Night and Day.
What's it brought to us by, man?
What?
Say that again. You got to mimic me. You can't just let that go. That was disgraceful.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember what you'd said.
There was a lot of sounds that came out.
What did it brought by, man?
It sounded like a baby.
It did. Brought to you by Night
Day. Really good.
So good. Don't forget barista made coffee, $4.50. Hell of a caffeine fix at your local Night and Day.
They're keeping their prices down, man.
I know.
Because that is no longer the price of a coffee. Actually, we're going to do some... Well, it is there, but you know what I'm saying? $5.50, $6.50, $6.70.
Yeah.
Big money in that. And in fact, I'm going to do a chat tomorrow. I saw something very interesting in this research paper that I was reading, which had been turned into an Instagram video and was on one of the reels there that I watched.
Yeah, right.
About where the money goes from a cup of coffee. Because all of us, what do we think? We think, they're ripping us off.
Yeah.
So this video broke down
where
costs. All of the money goes from in a cup of coffee. And it was very interesting.
Well, there you go. Let's definitely do some chat on that.
Yep.
That research paper, could you forward that on to me?
I'll have a look for that research paper. I'm not sure if I saved it, but we'll see how we go.
That's all right. Hey, we also did the podcast outro today, joined by Pugsan from Studio B. Here is a clip involving Mike talking about the joys of being a parent.
Parents talk and things like, just have another one. It's only a few years. It's only a few years and then it's worth it because I'll have a friend.
But you'd come in and say something and just be like, absolutely. And then Jase would just be like, yeah. With the face of a man who's gone through it 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
It's so insightful, Mogi.
Yeah, my wonderful, wonderful child, whom I love very much. And, just talking about the very early days when there's crying and all sorts of things, and it's all-nighters, and it's complete lack of sleep.
Yeah.
And in our case, and it's our own fault, it's my wife's fault.
My wife?
And my fault, in that we moved away from all of the support of our family and went to an island in the middle of an ocean and had no help. And then it was a pandemic, so we didn't have any support of whānau or anybody else. It was just us, absolutely white nut clean it for 3 years.
What about the fact that I don't have any family here in Auckland?
Yeah, I think you're going to come to find that is going to be an issue.
Oh,
but you've got Pugsan, man. You've got me and Hoity J. Would love to have another kid that he can look after.
Actually, that's a good point. I'll be like, Hoity J, I've got to go to work on the big show. Can you look after my kid?
And just imagine that, man. He's standing on the front porch. He's holding your firstborn child in his hands. As you drive away, he's waving goodbye, saying, "It's all good, Keyzie." He's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth and dropping ash all over the face of your kid.
Yeah.
You can't buy that kind of love, man.
No. Well, it worked for his 4 daughters, so...
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
It is the offspring on the Hodaki Big Show with Keyzie and Mogi. Hoity J, sick tum-tum. He'll be back on deck with us tomorrow there, Mogi.
Yeah, he will be. And we're just going to have a little bit of current affairs chat.
Okay.
We did this for a while, actually, didn't we? We did current affairs chat. It didn't really go particularly well.
No.
But that's where we take a piece of news from the headlines and we have a little chit-chat about it here on the show and try and give it a bit of a big show spin. I found something here on the, let's just say it's on the news.
Okay.
And it says feral cats are like the devil on methamphetamine.
The devil, so everything evil in this world.
But on meth.
On meth.
And this is a quote directly from a Canterbury feral cat hunting organiser.
Right.
He is, this North Canterbury hunting competition made global news when it started a feral cat hunting competition.
I've never even heard of that, yeah.
For children.
Right. See, that's where the issue is, I guess.
Around 370 feral cats were killed.
Right.
The problem was a vast majority of them were wearing collars. And so there started being questions around where they were finding these collars. But my understanding is these feral cats are super, super smart, and so they started producing their own collars, and they put them on so that people thought they were domesticated.
Right, because it's pretty easy to tell if a cat's domesticated, right? They're all well groomed.
It's got the collar on.
It's got the collar
That's
on.
real telltale stuff.
So you're saying that the feral cats, even though they're feral, they have the ability to mass produce collars.
Well, not mass produce so much. It's certainly produce on a small scale.
What do you reckon? What were they? They weren't using like plastic and like leather and stuff.
I haven't seen any of them, but I'd say it would be a cured cat skin.
Right.
You take the elders that have passed on, and then you would cure the hide, tan the hide. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then you'd be able to bang something up that's a pretty good imitation of something that you might get from Animates.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, they've decided that they're going to ban this category. They've gotten rid of it, and now it's only for kids that are 14 years or over.
Right. I mean, that seems smart. I would have said it should even probably be higher than that.
Yeah.
Personally,
well, there's 1,500 people participated in it. People are upset about it, and they've been protesting. But according to this organiser here, he said, the competition organiser, Matt Bailey,
right?
He's got a quote here. He says, "To be honest, I don't really give a rat's ass about their feelings."
Oh, that's so good.
He said there's an estimated 2 million feral cats in New Zealand, and they kill tens of thousands of native birds at night.
Yeah, that's true. That is the tough part.
And he also finishes off by saying, if they're upset, that doesn't worry me.
Yeah.
He said something needs to change here. We're doing our part to help in the country. So we're just going to carry on doing what we're doing, and hopefully it'll be bigger and better next year. We've raised a heap of funds, and we had a hell of a day on Sunday. Few good hangovers, but that's how it goes. A good day in the country.
Backbone. Huge backbone. So,
what's your feeling on that? Because I agree.
Well, look, the thing. So there's this famous story about there's a lighthouse keeper was sent to an island to look after the lighthouse there. He brought a cat for company. While he was there, he noticed like 3 or 4 weird looking birds. And was like, these are weird. Sent a sample off. They were like, we've never documented these birds. We're sending a scientist over. By the time the scientist got there, the cat had wiped out every single species of non-flying bird.
Yeah.
So they're obviously a massive issue. But
there is this weird thing with, and I am all for animal rights. I absolutely am. But there's a weird thing from some quarters where they say it's not okay for humans to do this to cats.
But it's okay for cats to do
this to all of the native birds and wipe them out.
That's right.
And I guess people have a greater affinity for cats because they're marginally cuter.
Yeah. So that was.
But there's something also, you want to talk about cute, there's something cute about cats, but there is something very, very cute about a 5-year-old with a 303.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Def Leppard Hysteria on the Hodaki Big Show. Keyzie and Mogi. Hoity J back on deck tomorrow. He's got a pooey bum at the moment. But right now it's time for
What's on the Telly with Mike Minogue.
Man, well, we've spoken about it already, but just speaking on a wider sort of a context.
Okay.
I went and saw Madam. Comes out tomorrow night on 3 Now and TV3. And it's based on a true story, actually, about an American woman who comes to New Zealand and finds that brothels have been decriminalised and that it's essentially legal in New Zealand. So she wants to open her own ethical and feminist brothel.
Right.
So apparently it's based on a true story. And it stars some pretty big actors, and I'm looking at her right now and I can't remember her name. Rachel Griffiths. Griffiths.
Yeah.
The Australian actor, and a great New Zealand supporting cast. Martin Henderson. From he did talk. He did a whole bunch of stuff, but he was Stewie in Shortland Street.
Right.
And he's gone up and done a bunch of stuff overseas. Very successful. Robbie Magasiva.
Oh, yep.
Rima Tiwiata.
Right.
Tiwiata. And a bunch of others. Mill and Beard's in it. There's stacks of other New Zealand actors. They're 30-minute episodes. It's funny. It's a really easy watch. It's beautifully shot. And I really recommend it. I found it really easy. It's the sort of thing that I would be able to sit down and I would smash out 4 episodes and I wouldn't get bored.
Right.
And I recommend that you watch it. And you can probably just skip episode 3.
I reckon episode 3 sounds like it's sort of the one you want to watch to really get an idea of what's going on.
I just think they really dropped the ball on that app.
Right, they did.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Because I hear some big name actors are in that episode in particular.
Look, I mean, some of New Zealand's best acting talent is in there. But
Right.
I just feel like some of the content wasn't really necessary. I don't want to really get into it. I don't want to relitigate. But I would just say watch episodes 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right, okay.
What'd you watch?
I watched an episode of Country Calendar, right, from the beginning of this year, so you might be able to recall if you'd seen it. A guy raising emus, and it was genuinely interesting. It's like, why are you raising emus? And it was because a lot of African people here in New Zealand...
Do you mean setting them on fire? R-A-Z-I-N-G?
Yeah. He has a
I don't know
farm
if that's
where he
on, man.
burns emus. No, he raises... He
Raises them, yeah, you said.
R-A-I...
How does he do that? Because I wouldn't have thought that they would be highly flammable.
R-A-I...
Unless the feathers have some kind of...
S-E-S.
Oh, raises.
Yeah. Like nurtures them and breeds them and stuff.
Sure.
And it's because there's a lot of African people here in New Zealand.
I don't know if you can say that.
Oh, there's a lot of African people here in Aotearoa.
Oh, thank you.
Where, and they actually love to eat it. It's a delicacy over there.
Right.
And so they're trying to start a market here. But did you know, when they're born, they are, 15 centimetres high.
Yeah.
Tiny. A year later, they are fully grown.
Wow.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was amazing. And so they went and saw them just after they hatched, and they were little tiny things, like come back a week later, and they were already noticeably like twice the size.
And then he raises them.
And then he lights them on fire.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and that was on Country Calendar.
I'm going to watch that one.
Yeah, it's pretty...
That sounds right up my alley.
Full on. It was R18.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Salmonella Dub, for the love of it, on the Hodaki Big Show. Keyzie and Mogi, Hoity J off sick, hopefully back on deck tomorrow.
Yeah, I actually saw Tiki Tane at Shapeshifter.
Wow, like performing? Or...
Nah, he was just operating the soundboard, which he has done for them for as long as they've been around.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? So he tours around with them and he just does their sound.
That is sick.
Yeah, and they were bringing people up during the gig, like Lady Six, other people. And I was like, oh, it'd be good if they got old Tiki Tane up there.
And he was just chilling.
Nah, he wasn't having it.
I like it. He, because he's obviously a gifted musician. I remember one time I was on a flight and Tiki Tane was sitting behind me.
Oh.
And everyone was like, oh, there's Tiki Tane.
I can tell you, I saw Tiki Tane after he released his solo album, the name of which, like, Past, Present, Future, or something
Always
like that.
on My Mind, the album.
Yeah, and I went and saw him play at San Fran Bathhouse in Wellington, and it's probably still one of the top 10 gigs I've ever seen.
Really?
Absolutely unbelievable gig.
Just him? With the looping, with the loop pedal and the, the effects?
In my mind, I think, it was a fuller sound than that. It must have been a bigger band, but... yeah, man, that was an absolute ripper because Salmonella Dub had broken up, and then Salmonella Dub released their new album, and nothing against them. And I was like, what is going on with this album, man? This is not of the standard.
Right.
And he didn't really have the news back then. And then Tiki Tane released a solo album, and I was like, oh, okay.
Here we go.
Here he is. Here
That's
he
what's
is, little
happened.
fella there. Hey, can we talk about the All Blacks, man?
Okay.
Yeah! Woo! That's how you do it.
Sports chat.
Bloody exciting stuff, man. And I am really excited about this. The All Blacks are going to be playing against England in Dunedin this coming Saturday. And it's a changing of the guard and really is a new era for the All Blacks.
Can I just say, as someone who fell away from them a wee bit, I am now very excited to see, because it's starting with England, Razor, obviously. It's very exciting.
That is the thing. It's the Razor has been brought back in. And what I'm finding interesting now is pretty much the absence of any conversation around the fact that it was a huge call for them to bring him in the first place. Because Fozzie...
Yeah, Foster.
Yeah, he was in there, obviously, and things weren't going well, and he was nearly going to get thrown out, and then I think they managed to salvage a win against, maybe it was Australia or something like that, and looked pretty good doing it. But there was a huge amount of chat around bringing in Razor, but the fact that he is not a company man, like he doesn't fit into that coaching mould
that they had set up.
Well, that pretty much all New Zealand coaches fit into. So if you go, like, how far back do you want to go? Let's go. You go Laurie Maines, John Mitchell, Robbie Deans didn't get it, but he's sort of in that same sort of mould. You've got Graham Henry, Steve Hansen, to a lesser degree, Dave Rennie. But there's they're all very much of a muchness, and Razor is so much of a huge personality. And it makes it interesting because when you want to be a big personality and you're not sort of sitting back in the background, if things don't go your way, people are really going to be chipping in about it.
Yeah, it's true. How do you reckon we'll go against England? I don't know anything about them at the moment.
I don't know anything at all, and I don't follow Northern Hemisphere rugby. I don't know how much. I'm assuming it's at the back end of their season, so I'm assuming they've had some games behind. People must be loving two people that don't know anything about what's going on talking about rugby. But what I would say is generally every year we have warm-up games. We'd play a Fiji or there'd be a few games like that, and then you'd get a Northern Hemisphere team over. So I'm surprised they're doing it this way, and then we're going to be playing Fiji and America after that, which is an odd way to swing it.
Straight into starting in Dunedin against England is the randomest start ever. But I'm here for it. I reckon that's bloody exciting. It's all in.
Traditionally, that would be a cricket move. That would be we get India to come over and play us. We have our first test in Dunedin in sort of October, November, where it's still -3.
Yeah, right.
And they just want it to be all over in 2 days, so they just capitulate so that they can get in front of a heater. That won't be the same with England.
No, this is what they're built for.
They love it. So I'm excited about it.
I'm excited as well. That game is 7 o'clock this Saturday. The ACC commentating it, McConey and T-Bone, Tony Lyle. Before that, though, at 5 o'clock, you'll also got the Wars taking on the Bulldogs with Di Henwood and Ben Hurley. Watch both of those games on Sky Sport.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Well, there you go, New Zealand. Big show done and dusted for your Wednesday. Mogi, what are you up to tonight? Going home, I suppose, having dinner, watch some Seinfeld, go to bed?
Much less nasally today. Beautiful. I am going to go home. I've got to look after my kid because my wife is going out to the premiere of a movie that she was production designer on, so I've been roped in to look after my own child.
Oh, what?
Which I only found out about this morning.
You must be fuming.
I'm fuming, man. We was effing and jeffing all over the house.
What time's her bedtime?
So she'll probably go home after she gets home from the movie. So it could be 10:30. Normally about 9:30. You tag on some lovemaking there and a little bit of, we might watch some Seinfeld.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally 9:30. But I just said you can have a late one tonight.
Yeah, cool. And what about Tinker, your dog?
Well, she doesn't like movies. She never has. She hasn't got very good vision. She finds it hard. I think it's something with the King Charles Spaniels. They find it hard to follow a storyline.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
do.
She's always turning to me sort of, anytime, usually around the first act turn, she'll just turn to me and go, what?
Yeah, it's so good, man. Well, have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I personally am going out for dinner tonight.
With one of your best mates, man. That'll be good.
One of my mates who's up from Tauranga. That's very exciting. Having Korean.
Oh, yeah.
So that's exciting as well. But we will be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock, hopefully with Hoity J as well, as we've been talking about. He's got a bit of a stomach issue.
Hopefully his stools have firmed up by then.
Oh, God, I hope so. But we'll be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Don't forget to check out the Hodaki Big Show podcast as well. Out tonight, 7:30 p.m. We'll see you later.